Okay.
Okay, so today's topic, can hentai work as a story? We decided to do this topic because we are the only two people on the internet who could probably do a serious discussion about this.
Yeah, basically, yeah. One question that always seems to come up by everybody regarding the whole topic of hentai, just hentai itself, is that can hentai and a story really work well together?
Yeah. So first of all, Dark, why don't you tell us all about your experience with hentai in the past? Please go into as much detail as humanly possible.
Okay. Hmm. I was, I would say I was first 13 years old. I was first
Oh,
13
okay.
years old.
Start a little later along in the timeline, please. As much as I like thinking about 13-year-old boys masturbating, I think we should not discuss this on a public podcast.
Hey! You said go into detail. So
I
okay,
didn't mean that much detail.
okay.
Okay. Regardless, one question I often get a lot of people because on my hentai reviews is that I often criticize hentai for trying to be too much of a story. Because
Yeah,
well, one of the differences between hentai and normal porn is that there is story involved. Like the most you get in like a live action porno from the states anyway is cable guy walks into some lady's apartment while she's taking a shower, and that's the whole story.
yeah, porn logic, right? Porn logic. Like
Yeah, like that's what
a
always
girl,
happens, right?
a girl would go up to a guy and ask him to open a jar of pickles, and yeah,
What
it's
kind of
just
porn do you watch?
no, like no, like she'll be like, he'll be like, oh, I'll open it yeah, okay, no, like
To be fair, that
just
kind of
stupid.
stupid logic does kind of apply in hentai as well, but with a bit more setup to it.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
I personally think, okay, I know this kind of sounds weird, but I personally think that there's a really small chance like for them to work well together, okay?
I haven't seen it well yet, but I'm certainly open-minded to the possibility. Because I don't know how many people have seen my review of Bible Black, but
Yeah,
one of
Bible
my
Black. Yeah, that I was just about to say that. Bible
well,
Black,
one of the major criticisms I had of the show, aside from the necrophilia and the violent rape scenes, obviously.
and also the mutant penis.
Oh, God, don't make me think about that. Regardless, was that it tried way too hard to be a story, and the problem with that is that the show's running time is half sex scenes, basically. So if you're going into the show looking for a story, you have to like stop and wait every 5 minutes. Oh, okay, they're having sex now. When do we get to the plot? And if you're going in for the sex, all the sex scenes have too much story in them. Like I mentioned, there's one scene where they tried to put an element of suspense in a sex
Suspense.
scene, which is a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah.
So the result is that the show just doesn't work on either level. Now, with that said, what do you think would be required for a hentai and story to work together?
I don't know. That's a hard question. Uh,
I
yeah.
think that the
Uh,
story would have to be portrayed in a way, or no, the sex would have to be portrayed in a way that it worked from a dramatic perspective for it to fully work. Like, there's some live action movies that do that, that like have X-rated nudity but are meant to be viewed as stories. I could see a hentai doing that as well. I just haven't come across one yet,
yeah, but hentai is like they usually put emphasis on the sex basically, but
which is
it's
good. That's what
yeah,
they're
yeah,
there for.
yeah, exactly. If you go into hentai and you're looking for a story, you're looking in the wrong place basically.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah. I was thinking. I remember this one. Well, other than Bible Black, because Bible Black is like the best hentai that I can think of when it comes to like a story. Like, don't get
Best
me
is
wrong.
a very relative word when we're talking about Bible Black.
No, like I mean, in terms of story,
Yeah,
like
I'm not willing to
okay,
call Bible Black the best of anything.
no, like just imagine it though, like a hentai that focuses on a black book that exposes the existence of demons, and it came out like 5 years before Death Note, so like
I thought
just
it was like the same year. Was it
no,
5 years ago?
yeah, it came out 5 years before Death Note did.
Oh,
I know,
I
it
didn't know
blows your
that.
mind, right?
'Cause, wasn't
Yeah,
Bible Black like 2003 and Death Note like 2004 or something?
it was Bible Black was if well the first episode got released on 2001 and it ended in
Oh,
2003 because it's like 6 episodes, right? Yeah.
how sick is it that we actually know this stuff?
But then again, we are in the anime community. No offense to you all, but yeah, I'm not. I'm not that embarrassed because
I
the
watch
anime
porn for a
community.
living. I can't be afford to be embarrassed here.
And you review it too.
Yes. You should try it
uh,
sometime. It's really fun.
it does look like fun, yes.
Yeah.
But there can only be one hentai reviewer, for all I know, because you're the best at it, from
I
what I've seen.
appreciate the compliment, but I'm also open-minded to other people trying. Regardless, the one show that really got me thinking about hentai and story first was this really old one from the 90s called Romance is in the Flash of the Sword. Now, this is an ancient show. It's pretty terrible, but uh, there's only one sex scene in every episode. I think one of them has two, but regardless,
How long are the
every
episodes?
episode, like 30 minutes, and
Oh wow,
every one of them
okay.
focuses on a story. There's their own initial or story arc for every episode, and they treat it seriously, and the sex scene is just sort of shoved in at the end. What keeps it from working is that the sex is not done in a dramatic way, and the stories are terrible. But
What's it about? What's it about?
uh, some guy in a fantasy world goes on adventures, coincidentally finds a girl at the end of every adventure and fucks her, and then it's over. Regardless, uh, if someone would take a setup like that and do it right, I think it could actually make a decent story, kind of like sort of a dramatic erotic novel or something.
Yeah, basically,
That's not
mostly,
50 Shades
mostly,
of Grey.
mostly for you too, because it's you like fantasy too. You like that whole,
Yeah, I'm
you like that.
open-minded to sci-fi as well.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
think of any instances in non-hentai anime? Because this is an important part of this discussion, I think, where sex was used effectively. Because taking it in the reverse order, since we're kind of talking about combining the two things, like in a way that wasn't fan servicey.
You want me to give examples of that?
Yes, I do.
Hmm, dramatic. Uh,
It's a hard question. It's surprisingly
it
how
it is. It is.
inept the anime creators are at using sex in a way that isn't just show-offy.
Yeah, I totally understand what you mean. I'm thinking, have you ever seen Dark Knight Ingrid?
Uh,
It's a hentai called Dark Knight Ingrid. I don't
I've heard it
know.
also called Hell Knight Ingrid. I haven't seen it because I heard
Yeah,
it's horrible.
yeah, that's the same one. That's just it's just a different name.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's it's not it's horrible in the sense that like there's different shit like Bible Black. You said like there's some really freaky shit like a mutant penis and like I don't know like the whole topic of
Having sex with
suicide
a
and shit.
dying person. That was the worst
Yeah,
part of that show.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that and also there's also poop in it too. But yeah,
Oh god.
only one scene, only one scene, only one scene.
Seriously?
Yes,
I
only
can't believe
one
that's a
scene.
thing.
Yeah. Have you seen Night Shift Nurses though? That made me throw up.
I saw about 7 minutes. I saw where it was going and I stopped.
Yeah, it's
But
that
it is probably my most requested hentai though to do a Ticket to Damnation on.
it's there's I believe there's like 10 episodes of it though,
Yeah,
but
I know.
Shadow,
It's one of the
please.
longest running hentai.
Do you want me to give you do you want me to give you a description of a scene?
No.
Come on, just one. This guy,
Okay,
he
start
takes
talking.
okay. This doctor, he wants to punish some girl, so he has uh, he has he has like five hard-boiled eggs and he one by one he shoves it down her. No. Never mind.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay.
So,
Where were we?
uh, and regular anime and sex. I can think of only two cases where sex was used effectively in a non-hentai anime. One of them is Clanad, which I won't give any spoilers, but I think we both know the part we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, second season.
Yep.
The other one was the shrine scene in High School of the Dead, which there was the only part of the show that actually used the sex stuff in a way that benefited. Because you
What
remember
about
that scene where Saiko and Takashi are in the shrine and they just get done with this really big discussion about their past, and the lights dim out, and
Yeah, I
they're
remember
getting
that. Yeah.
closer to each other, and it ends. I think that was supposed to imply that they had sex while they were in there, and
Yeah.
it works because it's done in a dramatic and romantic way. It's not like, hey, these people are fucking. No,
basically, and their lives are in danger too. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a very good emotional scene. Those are the
yeah.
only two cases where I think it was done right.
What about in your opinion, what about the Mirai Nikki
Future
section?
Diary. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that. I can't believe I forgot about that.
yeah, that one
That was a
too.
great part.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, although I hate the anime, I think that's a perfect example of what you just said. Like,
Yeah. Speaking of
yeah.
anime you hate that I love, was there a part in Sword Art where Kirito and Asuno were shown sleeping in the same bed together? I think there was. I can't remember.
There was, yeah. It
Okay,
was
yeah, 'cause
it was
that's
in the
another good
filler. It was
example
in
of
the
one
filler
that's.
episode. It was I think it was in the remember when they were fishing and they got married afterwards?
I would completely and totally disagree with that being a filler episode. I thought that was the best part of the show, but again, I know we have disagreements about Sword
Yeah,
Art,
yeah,
so I won't like get into a big argument about that.
yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
Um, so
Oh, what about the last scene when she was with the Fairy King and yeah,
oh,
you
okay.
remember that?
I don't consider the second half to be really a part of Sword Art. I consider it to be a sequel to the first half.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think it's fair to judge a movie based on its sequel, and I think anime should be considered the same way. I still enjoyed the second half as a guilty pleasure, but I don't think it's good. Regardless, that scene was terrible. I will concede to you that.
It got you pissed off, didn't it?
Well, one, the villain is horrible. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I really am growing more and more to hate this cliche of one-dimensional anime villains with no depth whatsoever.
Yeah,
Same
he
thing
was
with the
laughably
stupid
bad.
military police from Attack on Titan. Same thing with those guys from Utawataru Mono, which I talked about in the review. If you're gonna make a villain, either make them threatening or make them complex.
Oh,
Pick one and don't.
and in your recent one, and your most recent one, Team Rocket.
Well, that's a different story about why those two suck. Like, they just suck at everything. Period. Like at the very least, I'll give the Sword Art guy some credit. I did hate him, if nothing else, and I literally mean nothing else. So, back to hentai. So, if a hentai worked as a story, what do you think that would look like? If people would tune in to watch it for the dramatic point of view and not just to ogle at the sex scenes?
Well, first of all, regarding hentai, I think me and Shadow, we both know this. Hentais are very short. They're like two, three
Yes.
episodes at
And
most.
there's
Yeah,
kind of a reason for that. There's not. I don't think there's a big enough market to keep it going for like 30 episodes.
exactly. I mean, we watch it online for free. We stream it.
Because most of it's not available in America, to be fair.
Exactly, and yeah,
Legally, I should say.
and yeah, you can tell how it's censored too, because like there's laws in Japan regarding the whole censor thing too.
Yeah,
And you could tell that, yeah, like it's not like
it's a sad truth, but in some ways, I think it kind of benefits the shows because I
it
don't want
looks
to
gross.
stereotype, but a lot of Japanese anime artists don't really know how to draw penises.
Yeah, yeah. Some of them they put like I don't mean to go
So
too
like
much
seeing them like with
details.
veins on them, like some like they have
Veins.
a different colored like head, like that, or was that one show I reviewed a
Yeah,
while back?
you still look
Somebody
like
had
a
a red
tomato.
penis head. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And that one was censored, and I still was like, what the hell? Like, it was so bad I could see it through the censorship.
Oh my god. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, if it was like a story, if they were if a hentai and a story were together, like how it would be like comparing it to your normal average hentai, it's obviously gonna be longer because like there's a story.
You know, it doesn't happen necessarily need to be longer, but ideally, if you were going to do it perfectly, it would.
Yeah, if
There
you
have been
want,
good anime that have been like 4 episodes long. Regardless,
yeah, for them to put like more emphasis on story, it would have to be like longer. I don't. That's the only thing I can think of. Like it would
what I
be
think it
like
would be is that they would have to have a minimal number of sex scenes and not use the sex scenes in an exploitative way.
yeah.
Basically, think the shrine scene from High School of the Dead where they actually showed everything.
Yes, that would be very hot.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but still. So someone do that. I mean, I am perfectly open-minded to seeing a good dramatic anime with sex in it,
I'm
used
just
tastefully.
I'm just trying to think though, like if there's a story there, because in like anti too, like the characters are usually just bland. Like you just want to see them get fucked.
Yeah, that's kind of it's because it's porn.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
it's
people
just
aren't watching them for non-porn reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Like if
That would have to change. I agree with that. You
yeah
have to actually make it a good story.
yeah, basically, like if they think like good story and like actual characters like you actually care about, like when they get fucked. I mean, that I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds weird, but like just think about it.
High School of the Dead, another great example of
Yeah.
sexualized characters that actually work as characters. I think we're good.
Good.
Yeah. So that was the second episode of Anime Speak TV, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and all in all, everyone, in my opinion, take my advice. If you're gonna go into hentai expecting a story,
Don't do it.
just yeah, that's like going into like a corner store and buying a 99-cent porn DVD and expecting like a good, fucking good like performance from actors, a quality
To be
movie.
fair, the performances in hentai aren't that bad. They do surprisingly good voiceover work given the material they have to work with.
Yeah, just the voice. Yeah,
Not that that single-handedly makes the show good, but regardless, see you next time.
yeah. See you guys. Can you hear me right now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, great. Do you want me to start it?
Go ahead.
We have an interesting topic for you guys today. Since, just like Dark said, well,
Just like you said.
yeah, just never mind. Okay, forget. I'm gonna edit out that.